time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace and former Ottawa Senator Jason York.
Top of the morning to you, everybody. Welcome. Brent Wallace alongside the smartest man in hockey, Jason York. It is a game day. I don't care if it's preseason or not. They're still on the ice. This show is always brought to you by Bet365. Yorkie, nice to see you as you continue to remain hidden from the police.
Yeah, I got the drapes shut. Well, I'm in Calgary. I'm in Calgary right now, and it's 7 a.m. Wally.
I know.
I'm
Listen, you get employee of the day.
I'm trying to remain on Ottawa time because I'll be back tomorrow. But it's dark here, so it's. I don't know what's better for lighting if I open the curtains. I think we'll just keep it like this.
Looks great.
Yeah.
It was brought up apparently on 32 Thoughts why you're in Calgary.
Oh, that must have been. Well, I ran into a friend of the show, Kyle Bukauskas. He picked me up from the airport as I'm going to. Well, I'll let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to be doing Calgary Flames games this year for Sportsnet. So excited about that. Yeah, it's kind of just happened the last couple of weeks, and then that's what I love doing, Wally. Like I love doing color commentating.
Oh, wait a second. Could you at least say I love doing the show, but second near and dear is doing color?
I do love doing the show. You know that. You know that, Wally. You know I love you. But there's for people in the business, there's especially ex-players. There's nothing like playing, obviously, but guys that played professional sports, that's why guys love golf. You crave pressure, and there's a little bit of pressure when you do live sporting events, as you know, because if you screw up, there's a consequence. You look like an idiot. So when you're on live television, you got to be good, and if you're not, there's a consequence. People will laugh at you. People tell you suck. So it's a little bit of pressure, which I enjoy, and it'll be a lot of fun to do.
I'm excited for you. Congrats. I know that's what you want to do. So we will work the show around your schedule a little bit, or I'm just going to make you get up at 7 a.m. all the time. Jamie McLennan will join us shortly. Because the two of you played in an era in the NHL where I think you would have traveled commercial at the beginning of your career, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't have the same kind of facilities like they do now. Nothing was as structured, right? You kind of it's like you pick up your bag from the pickup and you walk in. So I want to discuss if you guys have some training camp stories. Okay. We'll also discuss the Sens and Linus Ullmark, and we'll get to the game tonight. I'm hoping the roster will come out during the show. We do lots of stuff is going on, by the way, with the show. So today we have 2 more sets of tickets to give away to the Brady Tkachuk event tomorrow. It is Wednesday. Doors open at 3:30. Event starts at 4:30. Brady will be there. It'll be a live Q&A session, and then you guys will get a free preview, a screening, if you will, of the new Face-Off series that's opening October 3rd. It's dropping on Amazon Prime. You will watch the episode with Brady in it. So I'm trying to think. I had trivia questions, Yorkie, but Jake said, whoever sends the nicest emails to me, I will pick.
Well, it's got to be me. The email I just sent was to Jake. Probably the nicest email.
So
I'm addicted to Chat GPT cartoon making. It is so much fun, Wally.
Hang on. Can we just get through the Brady thing? So the Brady thing's tomorrow. It's at Lansdowne Park, the movie theater, the Cineplex there. So email into the show, cihsends@gmail.com, and just say something nice about me. Yesterday, everybody seemed cranky. I didn't like it. I got a lot of emails after the show. People just
really,
people
people cranky. What are they cranky about?
They're just like lots of
summer's over.
Feel they have.
Should be happy.
No. Every day, I will tell you, Yorkie, on every day we do a show, I get at least 2 emails about chit-chat. One saying like it, another one saying I don't want to hear about it. every day. So it's just like,
well, like, do we have like we need like a chit chat like barometer to measure, because I don't see these
I know, I protect you.
We need like a complaint jar, kind of like a swear jar where you could put your complaints in.
So I had taken like 2 emails and they were cranky, if you will. And then the third one came to me and said feedback. And I'm like, oh no. It's like that, you open it with one eye kind of thing. Anyway, that was a very nice email. So you just never know.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Loyal listeners to the show love their chit chat. That's the feeling I get, Wally. So I think we'd be doing a disservice to people that tune in, because they got to have their chit chat, Wally.
It's fair. It's fair. So I'm just gonna send Noodles a text message.
Yeah, what time's Noodles joining us at?
Well, a minute ago.
Okay, somebody might have forgot something.
No, no. You know what though?
He's very punctual. Something.
No, but he's busy as hell right now. I do know that. So he might just be logging in. Anyway, I just know certain people are punctual, and if they're not, then I know that maybe they may not have seen the link. Email might have gone to whatever. So stand by. Also, my wife is having a potluck today, and I thought of you.
A potluck. So what's the theme of the potluck? Like, what's the occasion? Let's start of the new hockey season. Start of there's going to be a theme if you're having a potluck.
I didn't really ask. Just a work thing. So, what do you think she took to the potluck?
Oh, she's going to a potluck.
It's a staff potluck.
I thought you were hosting a potluck.
No, we're not hosting a potluck. I'm just curious to what you think Lisa took to the potluck.
Oh boy. Probably like a nice salad, some kind of salad or something she put together. I'm gonna go with that. Everyone likes a good,
Okay.
I can't call it a summer salad because I think we're now officially into fall. Maybe a nice kale salad.
Here, we'll bring in Noodles first, because Noodles loves a good potluck. Welcome to the show, Jamie McLennan.
Charcuterie board. Did you bring
charcuterie board?
Can't afford a charcuterie board. That's
Wally's on a budget. Wally's on a budget, Noodles. There's no way he's going charcuterie board. The meats and cheeses.
I was just gonna say though, you can create like a charcuterie board out of like chips and nachos and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be like a meat. It can be sort of like, a medley. That's what you create, is a medley. So,
it was a Mediterranean dip.
That we all ate growing up. Is it called Spam or something like that?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Wally, you're not putting Spam on your charcuterie. Is it charcuterie board or charcuterie board? What's the correct pronunciation? Because I don't know.
I don't know either, but I feel like I remember my brother, who is disgusting, when you open that Spam thing and there's that jelly
yes.
or some
gelatin.
Take that off and eat it. Like it was like I think that was a preservative. I don't even think that was part of the Spam. I think that was just part of the preservative. He cut that off and eat it like it was Jello. I don't know what, but and
like a good 9 a.m. chat for.
He wasn't the goalie.
Okay. Not much. It's nice to see you, sir. I appreciate your time.
Hey, what's she bringing? You didn't even say what she's bringing to the potluck.
She's bringing a Mediterranean dip.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly. It's like a nacho dip, but
Mediterranean like vegetables. Like
probably had. I'm gonna say this wrong because I don't eat it. Like tzatziki.
Yeah,
maybe?
tzatziki. Yeah, like Greek.
Yeah. No, she said it was Mediterranean. I don't know. That's all she said.
She's gonna have like naan bread, Wally, because if it's tzatziki, you gotta have the naan bread or chips. Like
naan. We don't even know how to pronounce any of this stuff today. Okay, quickly before we get to Noodles, just send in at cihsends@gmail.com something nice about me. I'll pick tickets later for the Brady Tkachuk event happening tomorrow at Lansdowne. Okay. Noodles, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I mean, just hanging out, getting ready for another season. Actually, I'm on a Leaf panel tonight at Leaf Sens, so it should be exciting. I don't know if they're going to send a good team or not, and all of that fun stuff. But anytime it's Leaf Sens, I think you're going to have a fun game.
Well, you should get Carter Yakimchuk in the lineup, which would be good because I think fans are obviously excited to see him a year later after his last training camp last season. Yeah. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, when you look at it now, the injury, I don't know. Is there an update on Clevin? No, no update.
Nothing yet. They had yesterday off, and so we'll get one today, I would suspect, after the skate.
That didn't look great. I was more worried about his knee and leg, and then it looked like shoulder. But again, I'm not a doctor. I hope he's all right. I think he took great strides last year. If everybody's healthy, the guy who impressed me the other night, I don't know how you felt about it, Yorkie. That Spence can walk the line. He looked like he can move.
Yeah, he's good.
I like him. That's a really good value add. When you look at the right side, the left side, their D is really balanced now. You've got somebody who can move the puck and skate, and he looked like he had some confidence with the puck. So, you look at Yakimchuk, guys like that, if he pushes through. Now, remind me, could Yakimchuk, I'm butchering his name, but can he play in the minors, or has he got to go back to junior?
Minors.
So you can have him up and down all year if you want. I mean, this is a guy who can push through. He can get games. I loved his poise last year. I think he should come in with a chip. The World Junior thing was a slight in my opinion, but I'm fascinated to see what he can do because, guys who can handle the puck that well and have tremendous confidence. Yes, they have to learn to play away from the puck, but that's just the details. That's when you turn pro, you're going to get coaching. You're going to learn by being around stuff, having good partners. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table.
With it's funny you mentioned Spence because I agree with you, Noodles. And the thing I like about him, because he's got some skill and he can skate, and you're talking about him walking the line, you can move him up and down.
Yes,
especially early in the season with Jensen probably not going to start. He can slot, I think, into a top four, and then I think he's a guy that can go into your bottom. It's nice. It's not. I just think he's that type of player where you can move around and he can do it no problem.
He didn't seem to me that doesn't look like a 6 to me. If Clevin's your 5, he doesn't seem like a 6. He seems like a guy who could really transition into a 4, play on the 2, depending on where you need him. Obviously, Sanderson is the guy, and he's going to be doing a lot of the offensive stuff, but Spence looked to me I don't know if it was pleasantly surprising, but I liked him. I was fascinated watching him. He looked like he got a lot of confidence. He wanted the puck. He wanted to make plays. I was like, okay, let's see what he is defensively. But, I thought Martin Paolo had a tough game. I didn't love his game. He looked a little bit lethargic. He looked a little bit robotic, maybe a bit nervous out there. He's looking at the depth charts, looking at everybody going, here's a big opportunity for me, or am I going to get pushed out? But that was, I thought Spence jumped off the page for me. Martin Paolo in maybe a little softer, a little negative way. I didn't think he had his best the other night.
Yeah,
which is fair. And I don't want to keep you forever, so I'm going to quickly get to Linus Ullmark because you're the expert goalie. You're a former goalie coach. You know the minds of goaltenders. Well, except I think Linus Ullmark may be on a whole different level.
Yes, he is.
You've been around him. So he said stuff, maybe sometimes we call him too honest.
Yeah.
And so I have a clip from day 2 because I don't know if you've heard it, but here's a clip from day 2 of Linus Ullmark. I'll ask you about it after.
Sure.
Or not, Jake? Okay, maybe we don't have it.
We don't have it.
All right.
I heard it, and I watched.
Okay, so he's saying he's day 2 into camp. I'm not very good, basically. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Is that not a concern?
It is. So the bar for me, because I knew what I was as a goaltender. So I learned this years ago, fake it to make it, the saying, right?
Yes.
Yes. And I look at Connor Hellebuck. He'll allow a touchdown. He'll allow 7, and in his media afterwards, like, I felt great. I don't know what happened, but man, I was at the top of the game. Not a chance. I didn't have a chance on any of those 7. You're sitting there going, okay, I don't believe that, but I believe him. I believe in his mind. Like, he's like, this guy, there's no, cracks in the armor. There's no situations where it's like, this guy isn't confident. When I see goaltenders either being very honest, which Linus is, I like it, but I also don't like it, because if I'm a player going, that's my number one, you're paying this guy $8 million and he's not feeling good and doesn't feel like it. I'm like, okay, well, where is your preparation this summer? What did you do? Like, what happens is he opens the door for criticism, as opposed to, and I respect him a lot. I love Linus. I've had great conversations with him on the road. He's a fascinating guy. And I do, we dive for it in the media, guys, where you want that honesty. It's a great soundbite, all of that. But as a player, Yorkie, you're his defenseman. You're like, this guy's, he's telling me he doesn't feel good, doesn't feel right. What am I supposed to do?
And so, and the comment itself is like a one-off. Yeah. But then his first game in his first period allows 3 goals on 8 shots. And then that's where, if I'm the fan, I'm like, that's concerning to me.
Yes, because it says to me, like, obviously he's not at his peak form, and it's September 22nd or 3rd, whatever it is. I get it. We're focusing on October, but I don't know. Sometimes I think for the confidence of the group, and that you want to see a guy, I've talked to a lot of people throughout the league, and you get stories as like, okay, this guy looks great. He's come in his best shape. He's come in great, and that's the whole thing. And we have that joke about it. It's like they don't announce like who came in 10 pounds overweight. They're always like, everybody's in their best shape. Okay. But when it comes to like a guy like Ullmark, I look at him and I'm like, I need him to set the tone. I want him to set the tone and go, I'm the guy. I want to build off the playoffs last year. We're going to hit the ground running. I want the net. I want it for 55 games. And I look at it and it's like, all right, it brings the luster off a little bit. That's what worries me.
Right. Like I don't think for a second he's going to be a bad goaltender this season. In fact, just for people to know, October is his best season of his. It's his best month of his career, right? Over his entire career, he has an incredible save percentage and wins in the month of October. It's just, I just want the players in front to not think for a second, like, I wonder what night we're going to have with him. That's all.
And there was stretches last year where, he's hard on himself, wasn't at his top of his game. And he's like, yeah, I'm not playing well, but it's coming. And, it just, sometimes you just want that stability. Yorkie, you can speak to it. Like I lived my whole life on the bench, so I could get the pulse of the guy sitting beside me, where it was like, Mika Kiprusoff, he never changed the expression on his face, whether he allowed 5 goals or had a shutout. You had no idea. He did not wear the game on him. That was it. Like, it just, goal goes in, drinking water, move on. Like, that's like when you have somebody who's erratic and up and down, what it does is affects kind of the psyche of the group, because the group's going, what the hell are we getting between the pipes tonight? Whereas these guys were stable, where you're just like, it doesn't matter. Even if the Hellebuck analogy, this guy gives up 7, I know next game he's going to be rock solid, or he's not going to be affected by it. I respect the honesty, but I'm also, are you concerned? It's a week into camp, we'll call it. So I'm not concerned, but it does give you that, like,
like, why?
Because we're convinced, Noodles, that Linus does not have the ability to lie. Like, if you ask him a question, he's gonna tell the truth. Like, he can't lie. I like what you said, fake it to make it. Like, if there's plenty of days I felt like crap, but you know who I would tell? I would tell my D partner. I'd say, hey, I was playing with Wade Red and Reds. I felt terrible. I'm going to have a bunch of coffees here and I'm going to take a couple Sudafeds and I'm going to figure it out. Because you don't want to announce it to everybody because then everybody's going to question you. So I would never hey, wish I could have been honest like that, because I would never tell anybody if I wasn't feeling good, because then, what's wrong with you? And then the last person I would tell would be the media.
Yeah. It just, all it does is open the door for, oh, he's not ready. He's not this, he's not that. Instead of going, like the other day, it's an afternoon game. I'm watching it. Robertson's goal goes in. I think there was a screen in front of him, but it goes right through the body. I'm like, God, I think it was Sabrango that got in his way or whatever. But I was like, that's just a stoppable puck 98 out of 100 times for him, because he's big and he just got a nice butterfly. Like, there were plays I'm like, all right. And even the shot from the point, I think Clevin tried to glove it, and it went through Clevin's hand. And then Ullmark threw his hand up. Like, it was one of those days where it's like, okay, my timing, maybe my D were in the way a little bit, but what you couple that performance with the comments from a day earlier, 2 days earlier, now all of a sudden you got a little chain going. Okay, so now we're all going, what's his next outing going to look like? What's the next comment going to be? Instead of going, yeah, who cares? Like, I thought it was weird that he was scheduled to play one period. Was that
See, not only that, Noodles, he didn't go on the bench for the rest of the game and said, oh, the staff had a workout for me. Well, what if Mads Sogard is hurt? There's no goalie. That's not what they're saying is not right. There's no way that's possible.
Well, you might have a workout plan. You can do the workout after the game too. Like, it's not like he's not punching a clock. Like, it's not the old PA where it's like, you got to be at the rink 3 hours and you got to get the hell out of here.
That's the thing that didn't make sense to me. There was no goalie for 2 periods.
You're allowed to work out after the game with the rest of the guys.
Can you remember, Noodles, when they implemented the 3-hour rule in NHL training camp? Like, that's when you and I broke into the league, because they were destroying guys at training camp. If you came in there, if you came into camp, I remember Marty Lapointe. Marty Lapointe came into Detroit's camp a little bit heavy. He was a little chubby. He did not get off that bike with the garbage bag on. Like, it was like, get on the bike. Don't get off for 2 hours. You're riding the bike. And then they'd keep him there and they'd do more stuff. And they just like, even if you came to camp in shape, it was just hell. So they finally stepped in. And said, all right, 3-hour rule implemented. The torturing's over.
Well, my first training camp was in 91. So we had 2-a-days, and we had 2-hour skate in the morning, and then we'd have games at night. And they were short players. So one guy from the skate sharpener from the pro shop was on my team. And the puck came around to him, and he just got terrified, and he threw it to the middle. Vladimir Malikov took a one-timer and put it under the bar. And I'll never forget, like, staring at him like, that guy works in the pro shop, and I'm trying to make the team here, and he's throwing pizzas up the middle of the ice. And and a couple years later, they're kicking you out of the rink. You're trying to stretch after practice. They're like, get the hell out of here. It's 3 hours. You're not allowed here. Any 1 minute laughter, there's going to be somebody's going to file a claim. So the complete polar opposites of what things were like back in the day. I just think it was, if you got a planned workout or a plan for one period, I get it. I always like my starter to get into the routine of starting. So play one period, play a half a game. You don't have to play a full game, but I want the process of like getting ready for the game. Like, I always wanted my starter to play 2 full games and maybe 2 half games or something like that, where you get in the process of just getting into your routine of starting the game. I never wanted my starter to come in off the bench. That's not their job. That's the backup job. So I always told my coaches, like, I'll come in second half of a game every time, because that I want to come in cold, because that's my job. So the starter, he should go through that process. So I had no problem. I just thought, okay, one period. I thought maybe a game or a period and a half. It was just a weird thing, but we always look to it because he allowed 3 goals on 8 shots. If he was 8 for 8 and came out, you're like, yeah, okay, I can see that's the plan. But maybe the plan adjusts because he, spicy, what is it? Louis Domingue, not the best. Spicy pork. And remember he had that sound bite? Remember Louis Domingue went in the playoffs and he was eating spicy beef and pork from that Chinese restaurant. And he got interviewed because he had to go in because Tristan Jarry cramped up. He got interviewed after the win and he was like, yeah, I was eating Chinese food, not the best. Well, that was Ullmark the other day, not the best. So,
totally. Anyway, what else are you like? Is there anybody you're anxious to see on the Sens that could be in the lineup tonight? I'm thinking young guys, but I might just also be putting you on the spot.
Well, no, you're not putting me on the spot. It's not even young guys. I want to see Zetterlund play again. And the reason being is I think this is a real opportunity for him, to settle into a top 6 role. I look at this team and they can score, but they don't have pure scorers. So if Zetterlund could get his sights sorted, there were so many times last year where he had clear looks and it just missed the net or he hit the post or to me, this is a guy who I think can have 30 plus goals this year. If placed in the right situation, he's a good skater. He's got a good shot. And if he has a good start to the season and plays with, develops some chemistry either on that top line or second line, that's a guy that I circle, he can be a difference maker. That's, young guys, I get it. But I also I think a guy like Zetterlund, first full season, same thing with Cousins, good off season of working out. Let's see what they're capable of doing now that they know what is expected from Travis Green and his group.
Okay.
That's
so here's the
guy.
Question.
That's the guy I'm kind of excited to see there. I like the back scratch there. Is Dylan Cousins. Because he just got parachuted in here last year. Now he looks great. When we had him on the show, he looks a little bigger. It looks like he's had a great summer. He's still, people forget how young he is. He's still he's a pretty young guy. Yeah. So he's a big, I think he can be better. Is he going to get back to that year in Buffalo when he scored 30 plus? Who knows? But I think there's more there.
There is more there because you think of it, new environment. You're coming from an organization that I don't know what the habits were like in Buffalo, but certainly, Travis Green is demanding with some of their defensive details, their habits. So you're jumping on a moving train, and they make the playoffs, and and all of these things where this guy's just not used to that. He's been in a different organization at a different spot. Well, now Travis Green and the organization could set a mandate at the end of the season saying, this is what we saw from you. This is what we like. These are the things we are going to work with you to improve. But it starts with a good summer of working out, and it starts with the details. And this is, right from training camp, how Greeny likes to teach. He's now involved in that. He's not, trying to do video after practices and stuff and catch up where the details of the game are ingrained in these guys now. So I think Zetterlund, I think Cousins, guys like that have a real opportunity to take another step with the guys who are already incumbent.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. Oh, by the way, the difference between you two gentlemen, Jamie scratches his back, Yorkie pats himself on the back. That's the difference.
Barry Horowitz.
Okay, so we already know that Drake Batherson's a top 6 forward. So now that leaves, and Brady Tkachuk. So that leaves Fabian Zetterlund, Claude Giroux, and David Perron as potentials for two of the spots. Who are your 2 top 6 forwards out of those 3 guys? David Perron, Claude Giroux, Fabian Zetterlund.
Okay, so for me, what did you say? You said Zetterlund, Giroux, and
David Perron.
Zetterlund has to be in there. Younger, faster, all of that type of stuff creates it. So for me, and then to me, it could be a roving situation between Giroux and Perron. I think Perron is a guy, again, injured last year, but I think he's an integral leader on this team. He comes to play, he really competes hard. So does Claude. But Claude has a higher skill set than Perron. Perron's a shooter. Claude is a great distributor of the puck. So, it might be a scenario where Greeny goes, who's going? Like, who do I feel? Like it's in-game adjustments going, Claude's got legs tonight. I got to find a spot for him. You know, Perron's got some jump or got a little bite. Like that's one thing that Greeny, I think, you know, does a good job of is identifying who is going that particular night. But again, you know, I don't know if it's a lazy answer, but I would say Zetterlund for me has to be in there every night because he's younger and I think he's faster. And I think that, you know, the game is speed and the game is smarts. He's got the big shot. But where Perron and Giroux are going to come in is the cagey white, you know, the wily veteran, knowing where to go, using their smarts, using their skill set, but they're different skill sets for sure.
Here's one for you, fellas.
Okay.
Because the organization, they really want Zetterlund to get off to a good start. Like they want him to get outscored. He's got that shot. I don't think it's out of the realm where you could see him playing on that right side with Timmy Stützle and Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah.
I think, and this is a little bit of a shot in the dark here, Claude Giroux and Shane Pinto have really, really good chemistry. Those two know where each other are. They love playing with each other. Like you could potentially see Giroux playing with Pinto and Amadio. And like Ridley Gregg, I think, is going to come shot out of a cannon this year. Like he could move up. He could move up and play with Cousins and Batherson. Like that's the thing with this lineup. You can move guys up and down. Like David Perron, another guy, he could very easily come up in the lineup. He's got top end skill. So I think Travis, and you do all the games, Noodles. He's not afraid to switch things up. If he doesn't like it, all of a sudden he's moving Perron up. He's putting Giroux here. He's moving Amadio somewhere. Like this, they're going to start games with the lineup. But most times it's not going to finish that way. Like Travis loves to change in game.
I agree. And if you're looking at what most coaches do now, they kind of coach in pairs. So if you believe Chuck and Stützle, then okay, well, let's see who settles in as the third. If it's Cousins Batherson, let's see who settles in as the third. If it's Pinto Gregg, let's see who settles in as the third type of thing. Like to me, that's how. If you set these pairs that have this chemistry or know how they want to play, that's when you find the roving, you know, not the roving, but you find a guy who fits in that particular night. And you're right, because I think, you know, Gregg has played center. He can play wing. He can play, he's a rover. He can play up your lineup, down your lineup. You know, the luxury of him is he's good defensively, so he can find some penalty kill minutes for him as well to make sure that he's you know, never sitting in too long on the bench. But I think if you break it into pairs, you've got Tkachuk, Stützle, Cousins, Batherson, and then maybe Pinto Gregg or something, some form of that. And then you start moving players around after that.
Yeah. And everybody always, when they try to make lines, are like, oh, we'll just put Amadio on the fourth line. I just think he's such an undervalued guy. Like, I love Amadio on that third line. Like, more Amadio to me is a better thing than sticking him on the fourth line. So yeah, it's an interesting lineup. Like I agree. It's all about pairs and then you slot guys. So we'll see what happens.
Lars Eller has a little Band-Aid beside him there.
So he underwent abdominal surgery, minor, just before camp apparently. So he's not skating with the team.
I saw that, but I wasn't sure if he was back. So yeah, him and Jensen. So what that does is give you an opportunity, again, to be moving guys around.
Yes.
Right? Eller can come in and settle in. You know, he's a veteran guy. He knows how to play. But if you just, and I'm not suggesting you do this, but there's a scenario where you could go Stützle, Cousins, Pinto, Gregg.
Yes.
Which gives you as deep as the center down, you know, in the league.
Okay, but Noodles, if you do that to Ridley Gregg, I believe he's a more valuable player for you time-wise on ice than it is to be a fourth-line guy and you play 100%. 12 minutes.
100%. Like
I guess maybe it's PK time added to it.
Right. I look at it when you have that type of depth and a guy who is, you know, really with Eller healthy, you know, Gregg can play center as well. Like you're going to have so many options. That was my point. But even if you're going Stützle into Cousins into Pinto, like that's pretty impressive. And I think Pinto could move up. He could move down. Like, that's a scenario. Or there's also a thought process. I don't know if everybody is married to Stützle in the middle of the ice. Like I like the freedom for him to move, but that could be an internal argument too. If you want,
are you advocating to move Tim Stützle to the wing?
I just think I don't know. I would love to see him on his off wing for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's the Draisaitl, the situation. Draisaitl's a centerman that moves to the wing quite a bit, and he gets looks from guys. That's my only thing. I'm not advocating for him to, hey, you're just a right winger for the rest of your career. What I'm saying is, Timmy finds ice with his speed. And yes, maybe that's in the middle of the ice. But he also could be a guy who gets lost in coverage and get open because he's got a great shot. So I look at it and, people always go, well, in Edmonton, they don't have the depth. They actually have pretty darn good depth, especially down the middle of the ice. If you wanted to go McDavid into Draisaitl, into RNH, into Adam Henrique, like that's 4 damn pretty good centermen. Yep. But what they do is they go, okay, well, we'll load up and put McDavid and Draisaitl, and then if Hyman's healthy there, what it does is it opens up. Like my point is if Ridley Gregg or somebody, Shane Pinto or Dylan Cousins, you find the middle ice for them and you go, okay, Timmy pushes to the right wing and plays with Brady there. They still have the chemistry, but maybe he's just at a different spot on the ice. I don't know. Again, I'm
okay. So quickly, who's your centerman for that Tkachuk Stützle line? Pinto or Cousins?
I would say Pinto. You know why? Because if Cousins, if Cousins has chemistry with Batherson, then leave those two together.
You just blew up.
I love it. Noodles has the bingo balls out. Or you're the coach right now that pulls the bingo balls out. All right, what the line's going to be tonight, fellas?
As long as people are not attacking me for it, what I'm trying to do is point to how special I think Tim Stützle is. I'm talking about him in the same breath as Leon Draisaitl and going, this is, you look at what Edmonton does when they load things up. And that's my point is, obviously Tim Stützle's on the top line because he's a top line player. Brady Tkachuk, top line left winger. So, if you want to have another dynamic there and just said it, hey, we got a traditional right winger that's going to go here, whether it's Drew or Zetterlund or something like that. Hey, let's see if Timmy can slide to the right side and work off of a one-timer. His strong, his offside. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud.
I like it. Hey, all for it. I will try anything that's fun and entertaining. Lastly, before you go, because I know you got to go.
Yeah.
Which coach was the hardest on you on your team in training camp? Was there one coach you like? I would prefer you not coach us during training camp.
Keenan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mike was always not less is more is more in training camp. And, there were some scenarios where Fierzy came in. I think Fierzy was carrying a 30-pound weight in his pants when he walked in. So they wanted to get rid of that. So we all paid the price for that. And there was, there were some things, but Mike was, you don't get the nickname Iron Mike by going, hey, let's have a nice soft training camp. So, so Mike was probably, I had some tough coaches, but Mike was pretty consistent. He was great when he needed to be, but he also, there was some conditioning drills we could have passed on.
I appreciate it. We appreciate your time, Noodles. I laughed because you told the story about your training camp days or when you were working as the 16-year-old with Edmonton in the CFL and you nearly burnt down Commonwealth Stadium. So
I saved Commonwealth Stadium. I did.
I love that story. Some people now would be like, well, you should have let it go, but
we should have let it burn to the ground and then they've had a new stadium there too. But 16 years old, working with Joey Moss. Him and I were the laundry guys, and I would drive the truck and he'd load it up, and then he would stay back. They had training camps at like Grant McEwen College. So I was the only guy at Commonwealth. I'd bring the laundry back, wash it, then dry it. But I would work out in between. I'd go running the stairs and all that. And the dryer exploded. And I came in and the dryer was on and the laundry just rolled right into the fire. And it came on to me. So I stopped, dropped, and rolled. And then I went and got a garden hose after I called 911 and was fighting it. So I was a little bit of, my arm was burnt, like it burned the sleeve off my shirt, which is fine. It was a gritty shirt, but I had like soot all over my face. And by the time the fire department arrived, I had like kind of battled the fire, but they just came in with the extinguishers and just went, put it out. And then I was Smokey the Bear. So the guys were calling me Smokey the Bear by the time I got back to training camp.
This is Graham Nichols, our usual third here, would be impressed. He's a fireman, Noodles. He'd be very, very impressed.
I remember there's twice I've been lit on fire. Once was with the Edmonton Eskimos laundry. The second was I was hungover, and my mom said, "Go out and start the barbecue." And I was wearing a robe that was very, like, you know, it had lots of like frails on it or whatever. And I was pressing the starter, and boom, and it lit my robe on fire. And I ripped it off and was stopped, dropping, and rolling. And my mom was screaming out the window, like, "What the hell are you doing out there?" Because I was like rolling around on the deck. So twice I've had fire incidents. But one was because I wasn't very sharp. I drank too much. And then the other one was not my fault. It was the dryer's fault. So
hey, do you guys want to hear? You guys want to hear a crazy story?
I do have to go in 2 minutes, but tell me the story.
This is nuts. So the golf club I used to belong to, it's right near the rink in Canada. It's called Canada Golf Club. This is a true story, guys. About a month ago, some guy came into the parking lot with a canister of gasoline, threw it on a guy that just got off the golf course, and started chasing him with a lighter. And the guy got arrested. Can you imagine that? Guy just comes and
arrested. Like,
right?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like this is Canada, a bedroom community. There's people at the golf course trying to light people on fire.
We went from a funny kind of feel good safety story to murdering the guy in the parking lot.
It was nuts.
You have sound effects. You need the wah wah wah. All right.
Yeah. It just made me think of it. I'm like, anyways, they caught the guy. He was on some
on fire. It was a golf tournament the other day. I was like, what?
Anyways,
Noodles. Love your time. Thank you. Appreciate it as always.
See you, Noodles.
Love your show.
Well,
Jamie McLennan, by the way, just quickly, I meant to forget that he's the trio of Overdrive, which is the best show in Canada. But I think
they do a great job. They do a great job. Well, Noodles he's a great storyteller and just a good all-around good guy, right? Yeah. He's in the good guy club. Noodles is
I have a question about the good guy club. So your friend from Calgary, who apparently was the chapter president, who came on, had like a 9-page document to read to me, now works for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
That's right, he does. That's right. Well, he's very good at his job, Wally, Mr. Ryan Leslie.
Now I'm wondering, is Ryan Leslie out of the good guy club? I don't know. You can work for the Leafs and be in the good guy club.
Well, Steve Keogh, great guy, works for the Leafs. So
he's not in the good guy club.
He's in the good guy. Steve
Keogh's
one of the best guys around. He's one of the best.
No.
He's one of the best guys around, and you're just going, he's not my friend anymore. He works for the Leafs.
That's not. No, he's my friend. He's never been part of the good guy club. This is like you just can't pick a name and go, he's in the good guy club.
Listen, Ryan Leslie is the founder. He's of course still in the good guy club. He's now just running the running the Toronto chapter. He's running the Toronto chapter.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it is what it is. He's a good guy. He's good people. He was actually he actually sent me a note the other day. He's like, I'm on my way to Toronto. You're on your way to Calgary. This is just bizarre because we usually always get together when Mr. Leslie's in town, because that's what the good guys do. When a member is in town, you open up your home, you have them over, you have an old fashioned together, you have some dinner, you sit down, tell some stories, and you have a good night. Because that's what good guys do, Wally.
We got to move on. We got stuff to get to. This show is always brought to you by Simply Spiked. Whether you're hanging out with friends, it's not just about the moments. It's about making memories that last. And nothing pairs better than the juicy, refreshing taste of Simply Spiked. Start with the OG classic Simply Spiked lemonade, the summer favorite that never disappoints. Want something different? Try the sweet and juicy kick of Simply Spiked Peach, and don't miss the newest member of the lineup, Simply Spiked Limeade. Perfectly sweet, perfectly tart, perfectly refreshing. Can't decide between cherry limeade or blackberry limeade? Grab the variety pack. Try them all. These juice beverages are 5% alcohol, made with real fruit juice, and they're perfect drink for any occasion. Bonfires, game nights, backyard hangouts, good guy club meetings, you name it. Simply Spiked has been bringing the juiciness to Canada since 2023, and it's only getting bigger. Pick up Simply Spiked at your local LCBO today. Also at the Canadian Tire Center, mind you. Visit simplyspiked.ca. Must be legal drinking age. Celebrate responsibly. And of course, off to our good friends at Shoeless Joe's in Orleans and Canada. Yorkie, it's Tuesday. Shoeless Joe's Tuesday special is?
It's wing night. It's always wing night on Tuesdays.
It is Wing Night Tuesday at Shoeless Joe's. Head on over to Shoeless Joe's for delicious wings on Wednesday. If you're catching this later, remember Big Burger Energy on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, it's $10 flatbreads and half price wine. Always great deals. And of course, if a Canadian team is on, it's $9 buds. Shoeless Joe's, Kempville on Orleans. Great taste, good food. I don't have the script in front of me. I don't know what the tagline is. I forget. Your job next.
Oh, okay. Our good friends at BI. Thanks to them as always. So here's the deal. They're looking for people. If you're a welder, a laborer, a mechanic, or a concrete pro, BI wants to hear from you. They've got positions for mobile welders, quality control techs, four-persons, and more. BI is a heavy civil contractor doing big things in both the public and private sectors. So if you're motivated, love working outdoors, and want to be part of a winning team, send your resume to hr@bonishexcavating.com or visit them online on their website, bi.com. BI is helping to shape the Ottawa Valley.
It's bonishexcavating.com. Don't go to bei.com.
Yeah, you won't get on there if you click that.
And then finally, because we missed all these at the beginning and now we're in trouble, the show is proudly presented to you by Bet365. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary. Bet365, download the app, get in on the game, use code NATION. Must be 19 or older, Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, visit connectsontario.ca. So, Yorkie, before we get to this one quick Bet365 thing I found for today, I'm curious who you think will have the lowest goals against in the league this season, team-wise. Wait. Now, you know what, Jake? I can't remember. Is it team or is it... Just put it up. I think it's team. It's team wise. Yeah. Okay.
It's going to have the lowest goals against average, or give up the least amount of goals.
Fewest goals allowed regular season.
Okay. So they're going to have the fewest goals allowed.
Ottawa is plus 5,000. If you were to bet $100 on them, you'd win $5,100 or $5,000.
Wow, I'm looking at this right now. So the favorite is the Jets, right?
Jets, then the Kings, Panthers, Golden Knights, Carolina Hurricanes, Dallas Stars round out the top 6.
Do you know what's not bad odds is the Rangers with Shesterkin. I keep hearing they're gonna. I keep hearing. Like, I'm not saying they're going to get it, but wherever you like, if you want to win some money, like, sure, you could bet the Jets, but if you're looking at odds, like, I really like Shesterkin as a goaltender, and I keep hearing the Rangers are going to clean up their culture and how they play and how they defend. So I'd maybe throw a stab on that, but the prudent pick would probably be, I'd probably go with. Well, look at the Los Angeles Kings. Yeah, they're pretty stingy over there as well too. Maybe. Carolina. I'd probably go with Vegas. I like how Vegas plays. They play hard. They've got a lot of big trees on defense. So I would take the Vegas Golden Knights with those odds.
Okay, interesting. I like your Carolina. LA Kings. They're
stingy.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
they play hard. They play hard, but it's plus 500. Like, it's, you want to make a little bit of cash, Wally. Like, you gotta. Okay. So with Vegas, if it's plus 800, so if you throw down $20, you're winning. What are you winning there? Do the math, Wally?
Sorry, did you say Vegas?
Yeah.
If you play if you place $100 bet, you'd win $800.
That's pretty good.
Well, seeing as you have yet to give me any money, I don't like your.
Oh yeah. Well, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's on the way.
Quickly before we move on here, you have I'm going to say 2 more minutes to send in an email because we're going to be making the decision here shortly. To cihsends@gmail.com. Just say why you. Just say something nice about me. We're about to pick the 2 winners who are going to see Brady Tkachuk in a pre-screening of NHL Faceoff, which they just dropped the trailer during the show. Prime Video bringing Canadian hockey fans closer to the game than ever before with the exclusive fan screenings ahead of the launch of Season 2 of Faceoff Inside the NHL, premiering on October 3rd. These screenings will kick off Ottawa with the special guests in attendance. That would be one Brady Tkachuk. Doors open 3:30. Event starts 4:30. Cineplex Lansdowne.
Well, you
need
asked
to be
me.
there because you'll go on. You'll go. Sorry, one sec. You guys, whoever wins needs to be there because you're on a list. You can't just. You don't just get a ticket.
Okay. What else what's on your to-do list today, Wally? Is there more to chat about here?
Yeah, there is, but there's a lot going on, Yorkie. On Thursday, if all goes well, we're launching our Thanksgiving food drive contest. We're just wrapping up some final prizes before we put them all together. We're going to do it in conjunction with the Ottawa Senators Foundation, but all the money raised will go towards the Ottawa Food Bank. I am traveling to Quebec City for the preseason. I'll be there Saturday to Wednesday, I believe. So we got a road trip coming. There's just a lot going on. I'm trying to think, and there's something else I have.
Do you know who's going to be in Quebec City with you? You know who's going to be there with you? The Daigle. He'll be on site. Talked to him yesterday. We had a nice chat. Always good to catch up. And I always have to call him. He does not like text. He lots of phone call. He's old school. So he's going to be in Quebec City. He's going to be covering the weekend, and he's going to come on. Can we say it? He's going to come on with us on Monday morning for a little recap of the weekend. You guys should probably go. You guys should probably go out for a cocktail together while you're in Quebec City.
Well, I look forward to it.
You can have the Daigle will have like maybe a nice 10-year-old scotch, and you'll have a salty margarita.
Oh, by the way, did I see a picture somewhere today from you? I do have some Linus Ullmark stuff to get to, but do you have a picture?
A picture? Oh, from our other night? Something.
Yeah, I heard you briefly talk about this.
Oh, Jake, do you have the pic from our other night at there it is. We were talking about this was from our night at Shoeless Joe's. That's the Thomas Chabot doppelganger who we met in the middle. I don't know why I have a mustache, but Wally, did you put on a little bit of weight? Like you look a little thicker there.
That's a pretty good, reasonable hand-drawn facsimile, as the kids used to say. Yeah. Yeah, I should be upset, but I'm not. I can't.
What's that guy's name, by the way? He looked exactly like Thomas Chabot at Shoeless Joe's Orleans. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Anyways, we've all got our shirts on.
Okay, back to Linus Ullmark for a second. I brought it up that October is his best month. It's his lowest goals against average at 216. He's 21-5-3, 3 shutouts, and a .931 save percentage, which is also his best in any month. So I think Linus Ullmark will just be fine. I just wanted to point out the odd weirdness of how it all played out.
We talked about it for 25 minutes, the poor guy.
Yeah.
All he said was, I'm not, what was his exact quote again?
Well, sorry, Jake. You know what? Jake can play the clip now, maybe.
We got the clip.
It was a pretty terrible showing. I was 3-5 today, but sometimes that happens. Sometimes you're the best one out there, but at the end of the day, you just got to come in and have a little bit better tomorrow. At least I acknowledge it and move forward.
Yeah.
He's fine, Wally. His next outing, he'll be fine. And even if he's not, like I know. I do like for sure. Like, but this is just how Linus rolls. He's an honest guy. And he gave us 20 minutes of something to talk about.
No, my point was, like, while we say all these things, I just wanted to point out there are some numbers that really dictate just how good a goaltender he is. Like In the last
For
4
sure.
seasons, he's first in winning percentage at 720, first in save percentage at 920, second in goals against average. He's got 113 wins and just 40 regulation losses in 174 games, like 9 shutouts. He's pretty good.
He's a really good athlete, eh? Like he can smoke a golf ball. Like
he doesn't play that much.
It. Yeah, he got a good swing. I saw him hitting the ball. He just crushes it. But it looks like he's in great shape. Looks like he's had a good summer. So I'm of the mind, and I'm glad you brought those stats up. Like he's got the stats to show it from his career, what he's done in the start of the season. I think he'll be just fine.
All right, it's giveaway time. 2 tickets, 2 pairs of 2 tickets. I probably could have worded that better, but I didn't. Hi, Brent, Jason, and Graham. I just wanted to reach out and say how much I appreciate everything you guys do with Coming In Hot. This isn't about me. The 3 of you bring such a great balance to the show. I feel like you should just say Wally. Thanks for all the work you put in. I'm shortening it. You make a real difference for fans like me. So, Phil Lallier, you are going to Brady Tkachuk. Hair that's gray and a heart of gold. Yorkie chit-chat will never get old. Wally has a voice for radio. And a look for the big screen. Unfortunately, I'm sick and can't make it to the event. Okay, well then never mind.
Can he do like that's a write-in? It's a write-in for him. He's hoping to get in.
All right. I don't know if I should keep reading these. Here we go. Jason. Just wanted to drop a quick line about Wally. His delivery and presence on the show are top notch. Like a prime video face-off series that's been cooked into a prime steak, well-seasoned, expertly done, and always satisfying. Okay, Jason Sharon, you are headed to today's event.
Speaking of steaks, Wally,
or tomorrow's event. I apologize.
I just went back-to-back steaks, like 2 nights in a row. Because when you're in Alberta, you got to have the beef here. Like, I am feeling salty this morning. I feel like you. I just, when you've had, because when you get a steak in a restaurant, it's always extra salty. So I've got the old steak hangover for 2 days in a row. Boy.
You're like, I'm concerned about you being on the road now because you're going to let yourself go. You're going to end up like, You'll be the salty guy on the left-hand side of that photo.
The nice thing when you travel is you always work out because the hotel gym's right there. So I know I mixed in a hotel workout yesterday. I'm going to have another one today. And that's the way it's got to be, Wally.
All right. Some of the players headed to the game tonight, according to Julian McKenzie, who's just made a list. So they haven't obviously done lines yet because they just got on the ice. I think practice at 10. Pinto, Zetterlund, Sanderson, Zub, Cousins, Maryline and Amadio, Kaliev, Yakimchuk, Lixell, Hodgson, Hamara, Halliday, Borgo, Shepard, Parsons. So
pretty good lineup. It's a pretty good lineup.
I think they're trying to get into stuff right now. Like 6 games, not a lot. And then of course you're not going to travel everybody to St. Louis and all that. Like, I think they're just going to want to try and get people either making cuts here shortly before they go to Quebec City and see what they got, or try to get things worked in soon. They have questions. They have lineup questions. They just don't have player questions for the most part.
Yeah, like realistically, there's a extra forward spot. Or no, with Eller, who knows what's going to happen to Eller if he's going to be ready to start. So there might be 2 spots up front, and the defense. It's just to me, it's just the question with Yakimchuk. Does he start here, or does he start in the A? But hey, that's what training camp's for, right? We'll see what happens and
see what happens.
And we'll see what happens.
I have a surprise for you on Thursday when you come back home that we're going to open on the show and see what it is.
Okay.
So safe travels home. I will see you Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
See you, everybody. Enjoy the game tonight.
See you.
Thanks for tuning in to Coming In Hot. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode.